Devon. Hedgerows,
Yeah.
cream teas,
Yeah.
Buckfast fortified wine.
And the South Devon Railway, not only a picturesque line, but encompasses quite a heavy industrial scene up at their Buckfastleigh station. How do you take it?
Take what?
Your scones.
What? Ah, now this isn't true. Now, 2 of those are correct, 2 of those are not correct.
Right.
Right, come here. What's happened here? You've spread your cream evenly, then your jam adheres nicely to the cream. This is a mess.
Yeah.
It's a shambles.
But I thought I'd do both just in case. I never really had scones with my parents. I was more of a lime marmalade on toast chap, with the crusts cut off.
Oh, you had to have those off, did you?
Yeah.
Can you do crust now or not?
I can.
Can you?
Yeah.
What age did you manage to do crust? Teens?
When I went to uni?
Yeah.
I'm Francis Bourgeois, and I love trains.
Oh my God! Oh God, it's such in my mouth!
I've roped in my petrol-head pal Chris Harris for an epic project.
That's impressive.
Rescuing a dilapidated locomotive. This isn't a quick fix.
No shit, Sherlock. Look at the size of it. Francis hooked me with engineering.
That is the coolest speedometer ever fitted to a machine. Look at that.
Then blew me away with weapons-grade enthusiasm.
Nice one, Daddy!
And I'm all in for a restoration race against time.
You just rolled beautifully.
Yeah, 7 tons.
We've just 6 months to fix this loco to replace her failing sister.
We have to get this locomotive ready for when she needs to come off. It's a race against time.
Yeah! This is British industry!
My dream is to see her back on the railway.
I feel like an infant reattaching to its mother's teat.
Mine
I can live vicariously through you.
is to witness that moment.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Just 2 places in the country can replace our loco's tyres, but only one has otters.
South Devon Railway,
there you go.
Butterfly Farm and Otter Sanctuary.
What a lovely combination.
I know.
I'm actually going to keep that in mind for when I visit with Amy. Today, on the other hand, it's all business.
Business using bungalow-sized tools named after ancient Greeks.
Well, I like big machines, Francis. Look at the size of that thing over there.
Who would have thought, in a sleepy Devonshire village, that such heavy industrial work would be taking place?
Staff here are expert metal fabricators who specialise in manufacturing loco parts and replacing tyres.
It's quick fit for trains, isn't it, really? That's what it is.
It would be quick fit if quick fit was only using antiquated machinery that required a particular touch.
Hello,
And that particular touch belongs
I'm Nick.
to Nick,
Nice to meet you,
Nice to meet you.
Francis.
Chris, nice
Chris,
to meet you.
who's about to remove the tyres from our recently arrived wheel sets.
What we need to do is basically shock the tyre off by putting lots of heat in.
What sort of temperatures are we looking to achieve?
250 degrees?
I was expecting you to say 500 degrees.
No. So the tyre starts to expand, then you get an air gap between the two.
I always find it incredible how the one thing that keeps that outer band
Yes.
on the inner part of the wheel set is purely friction. It's
Yeah,
just
and
an interference fit.
Yes.
An interference fit
Each burner, packed in like that, tied against the wheel.
involves heating the metal tyre until it expands enough to drop over the wheel pan.
Yeah.
As it cools, the tyre shrinks, creating an immense frictional hold. Nick is reversing that process.
It looks oddly ritualistic, this setup.
Happy with?
Yes, that's fine, perfect.
She's got one of those lights for an oven. This is not high tech, is it?
I think it's rather marvellous, Chris, how we were scrubbing away at this
I know.
wheel set up in Scotland, and now we're down in Devon setting it alight.
Amazing process.
Are we going to witness a sudden pop?
No, it won't be that sudden. We've got forceful, it's gentle and laid back.
And perfect for drying our wet clothes.
That's like a British gas advert.
Well, we had a British gas man come here and look at this.
He must have been utterly horrified.
That is pretty mardy. So how am I supposed to be certify that? I think he would have walked off.
The heated metal expands until a gap forms between the tyre and the wheel pan, breaking the interference fit.
A deft touch by me on the crane, and it's hammer time.
Look at that!
Come on, Chris,
What?
come in, push the button right the way down.
Wow.
And that was...
That was 10 minutes. Victorians were incredible. The idea of someone worked out, heat it up, cool it down, and you get that. That will hold 100 tons.
Yeah. It's unbelievably simple.
The process has its roots in Bronze Age metalwork.
I can't believe that came away so easily.
But the interference fit, sometimes called shrink fit, really came into its own during the railway era in the 19th century.
Up you go. Nice and slow. That's it, right. You're getting the hang of it.
I'm feeling the same pressure as if I were to have been handed a newborn baby.
Right, down you go.
Next, we need to flip the wheel set to get at the opposite tyre. Nick's removed tyres from 5 wheel sets already. This next one will be the last of 12 to come off.
We had a little competition a while back to see how many tyres off we can get off with one day.
Did you? Who won?
Who do you think? Do you want to drive?
Yes. We did this before lunch, can't we?
Chris, I'll be right back.
What's he
Right.
talking about?
Oh, he's gone off to see something. I don't know.
What do you mean he's gone off to see something? Francis?
I'm just taking the opportunity to see 2 of my favourite engines here that have come to the South Devon Railway for the Diesel Gala just this weekend gone by. Diesel Galas, imagine a festival but for diesel engines, and instead of going to see like Doja Cat or Metallica, you're going to see 47715 or 33002. So by complete chance, 2 Class 56s are here at the South Devon Railway.
Come on, Francis.
Get these set up.
One of us is doing all the work,
Right, let's get this turned on.
and you're missing the heavy metal bit.
Oh, that's fabulous.
That's 12 out of 12 tyres removed.
The 56 it's pure bogey pornography.
Sounds very rude. Can you carry on doing that while I go and find his AWOL with
Yeah,
a Class
it is
56? Yeah.
One of my favourite noises after starting up when the compressor kicks in.
So he's bound to be in here, isn't he?
I thought, well, it's going downhill, maybe not that much thrash.
No, we saw you.
Francis! We've got work to do.
Yeah.
And you're, what are you doing?
To have an 09 in amongst 2 56s and a 47 is quite rare.
We're here to do wheels and tyres.
Right, okay.
Come on,
Right.
get down.
I'll forego an intimate exploration of the engines, but there's one thing I refuse to miss.
I appreciate we have stuff to do, but it's not often you get to see
No?
this kind of thing happen. I'm hoping that Danny, who is a 56 legend,
Is he?
yeah, I'm hoping he'll put the power down.
Is he going to show off?
Yeah, look at this. Nice one, Danny! This is a tough.
That turbocharger sound.
I'll admit, that was worth the price of admission.
That was special.
But special won't shod any wheels.
Come on, you digress too much. Get down there.
And before ours can receive new tyres,
Hello.
Gary.
Oh, Gary, Chris.
they need a ride on Gary's mega profile follower lathe.
That's absolutely gorgeous.
Which will shave metal from the wheel until it's perfectly true, ready to receive the new tyre.
Right, let's crack on.
You run the machine, it won't run.
What do you mean it won't run?
The start button won't start the machine. You've got an inch button, which is working,
Yeah.
but the actual start button for it to run is not working.
Is that a recent issue?
Yeah.
What about our wheel sets? Because I think...
Well, until we get the electrician so we can run it, we're not going to be able to actually finish the wheel set. So.
I'll translate that for you. Tough titty. Yeah. We're on a promise here.
Bourgeois aren't going to be happy.
The wheels have come off, and not in a good way. We're due in Scotland with the finished articles tomorrow, and we've no idea how long it will take to find a specialist electrician to fix the lathe.
It's not an ideal outcome from a wheel set perspective.
You think? Someone needs to break the bad news to Guy. And I know who. Francis.
You could charm him round.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah, give him a bit of a softening first. And then, by the way, the wheel sets might be...
Late.
Yeah.
Come on.
While we've been busy down south, the painters have been flying in Bourgeois. Led by a master with the brush, Jordan.
So the sooner we get this fixed, the better.
His team has a monster task with a chilling deadline.
We don't paint below 5 degrees. If it's too cold, the paint won't adhere to the steel. And as we're getting closer and closer towards winter, and we're in Scotland, those temperatures don't necessarily happen often.
It's dropping below 5 degrees overnight and getting close during the day, so the guys are flat out, welding, filling and sanding.
I'm going to begin to put the undercoat on now.
If the weather overtakes them, this restoration is on ice till next spring.
We're on a tight timeline.
Guy runs a tight ship. I'd hate to be the one to tell him the wheels aren't coming.
Just not my day.
I've rushed to Bourgeois ahead of Chris, armed with a sweetener for Guy.
Guy,
Hi Francis, how are you doing?
greetings from Devon.
Yes, how was it?
Good to see you. Some of the local produce from the South Devon Railway.
I like that.
A bit of caffeine mixed with a bit of alcohol.
No, there's a few people around here who'll drink that, that's for sure. Thank you very much, much appreciated.
You're welcome.
What brings you with gifts?
So the wheel sets. Tyres were coming off. One of their lathes wasn't playing ball. So they've advised that this is going to have a bit of a knock-on effect. Potentially a couple of weeks, maybe a bit longer, but it depends on whether they actually get it fixed. And with such an antiquated machine, apparently they had someone down to look at it and they didn't know what was up with it. So...
That's not so good. Buck fast, I'd much prefer wheels fast.
Right, yeah. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news.
Yes.
We'll keep fingers crossed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And painting today?
Painting today, yes. Jordan's downstairs, waited with bated breath for you to help him with the first... So this will be the first coat of gloss.
Yes.
British Rail Blue. Make sure you get it right.
Wow. It's fantastic. How's it going?
Hello.
Francis.
Jordan.
So you've been working on this?
Absolutely. I've done a lot of filling, a lot of prep, and thankfully now it's all done. I'm
Right.
onto the painting. I can teach you the process. I'll then put you onto this side.
Great.
So these are the doors that have come off the middle. I've sanded them all down. I've undercoated them. We're going to tack cloth them. So these are the tack cloths, and they're basically just like a piece of fabric that's got a residue on them, and that picks up all the dust.
Dust, particularly metal dust, is the enemy of a good finish. So while Jordan and I paint, the rest of the Bourgeois Avengers are banished from the shed.
Do you think it's worth wearing a beanie?
If you've got a beanie, put a beanie on.
I don't have a beanie.
I've got a beanie.
Please may I borrow your beanie?
Okay.
Right. It's probably a good idea as I have awful dandruff as well.
So we're going to remove all the dust and residue off each of the door panels. So I'll do one and you can do one. You can see there is some dust there, yeah?
Yeah.
You want a nice even coat. Just go up and down, nice and straight. Applying an even pressure as well.
Is that okay?
That's fine.
So these kind of like pock marks that are forming, is that just the air bubbles?
That's
underneath the
exactly
paint?
right. You just gently move up and over like that.
Oh, wow.
Like that. And then meet back down like that. All the bubbles pop out.
Bravo, Jordan. That looks fantastic. Right.
Perfect. That's it.
I think that might be
Perfect.
the most thrilling bit of TV that might ever be filmed.
Yeah. People say it's boring to watch paint dry. I beg to differ.
But that's just the warm-up. The real test is to paint the entire side of the beast.
Because it's all one uniform piece, any overlap will look quite sort of liney. Once we start, there is no stopping for either of us. We're just going to have to continue.
I am feeling the pressure.
You're just working at 1 foot at a time, just making sure you're doing your best in that section. And if you just do that every foot for the 20 or so meters we're about to do, it will all go great.
A lot of trust has been put in me to do a very important task.
I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay. Which?
Completely your choice. You begin this. This is the start of it.
Why is it so air bubbly?
It's just because you're applying a bit more pressure than you were originally, but that's absolutely fine.
Okay, then laying off.
Exactly. How daunting was that?
I went into like a mode where nothing else mattered.
Complete flow state.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it is.
So we need to carry on now.
Once we start, we can't stop.
Even though it is a brute, right now I'm feathering the brush as though I'm kind of stroking a newborn kitten. Being here with it now, it feels like I'm almost undressing it in a way. It feels a bit intimate. In the 80s and late 70s, there would have been someone in Inverness, TMD, doing exactly what we're doing now, using exactly the same techniques. I'm not only connecting with the locomotive, but I'm connecting with its heritage and everything around it. It's spiritual.
Would you like the honours of finishing as you started it also?
Oh, yes, please.
You've done it. Finally.
Nice one.
That's all right then.
What an experience.
Yeah.
That was one of the most intense 3 hours of my life, but so rewarding.
I've done this whole side, and I can stand on a platform and think, God, it looks great. Oh yeah, I did that. Very special moment in my life, you know, painting 37025.
My work here is done. But Jordan doesn't have the luxury of stopping now. The temperature's dropping every day, and he's got to get 3 coats of gloss on the cab, the roof, every shutter and window frame. And while he weaves his magic, I'm working on my own masterpiece for Chris, who's due at our B&B in the morning.
Chris, I've pulled something together for a matter of Class 37 education. I've taken great pleasure in writing every single Class 37. All 309 of them.
Stop, rewind. How long did that take?
About 4 hours-ish.
Amazing.
Do you mind if I, just take you through?
Mind, there are people in your world that would pay £10,000 to receive a private lecture on a Class 37 from you. Floor's open.
So, 37001 renumbered to 37707. The Dash 7s were nicknamed heavyweight tractors. They put weight on the frame of the locomotive. They also modified the generator, so they replaced it with a brush alternator and did some rewiring and other refurbishment. That was unfortunately scrapped in September 2011. 37002.
Sorry. Do you intend to spend as long on each of these chassis explaining them?
I'll up the ante where the ante needs to be upped. So 37002 renumbered 37351. That's a Dash 3 subclass, not to be confused by the Dash Zeros that led up to what looked like would be a Dash 3.
Why were they renumbered?
When there was a bit of work that had been carried out, for example, rebogeying, fitting with an alternator, if you wanted a locomotive that had ETH fitted, you'd go for a Dash 4.
What's ETH?
Electric train heating. So, where were we? 37002 was scrapped in November 2007. 37003. So this is our first preserved Class 37, preserved by the Class 37 Loco Group. 37004 scrapped June 1996. 37006, another heavyweight tractor, scrapped in July 2009. Renumbered to 37798, 37007 renumbered 37604, 3711 scrapped August 1989.
Okay, that's quite early to be scrapped, isn't it?
It collided with a Class 303. It had a bent frame, so they needed to scrap it. In the interest of time, I'm going to start abbreviating, so I won't do the 37.
Okay.
14 was renumbered to 709, scrapped September 2011. 20 scrapped 2009 in Spain.
Wow.
British locomotives were brought over. Some 37s went on holiday and they never came back. 022 renumbered to 37608. That's a good 37.
Yeah.
The thing that I have amiss are the names that they've carried.
Oh. Do you wish you'd done names rather than numbers?
No. And of course, 37025. That's our beast. Preserved at the Bowness and Kinneil Railway. 26, scrapped July 2000. 29, preserved at the Pontypool. 30, another heavyweight tractor, scrapped January 2008. 31, scrapped.
Right, so you've upped your pace a bit, I like that. But we've done 31, we've got 300.
Yeah. I'll go quicker. 32, preserved at the North Norfolk Railway. 36, scrapped 2023.
A recent loss.
Sad to see it gone. 37037, preserved at the South Devon Railway. 75 has two different faces. One side it has a split headcode box, the other side small beady eyes. 76, absolute beast. 86, that is a machine. 099, they cut off its split headcode box.
That's not right, is it?
No. 607 has a lovely throb. 109, owned by a legend, Chris Guntrip. 116, had a wonderful cab ride on 116 recently. Nearing the end now, Chris.
Oh, sorry, just looking at the floor.
305, renumbered 407. I had that on a lovely journey up the West Coast Main Line. I told Amy I would get off at Crewe, but I stayed on until Preston. I was in deep shit. 37403, we've both had that for haulage. And of course, 37308, owned by the legend Tony Middleton. And there we have it.
All 309 Class 37s.
Have you considered taking this to the Edinburgh Fringe?
I'm more interested in showing it to Guy.
It's thankfully not raining.
Is that permanent marker or is it...
No, it's whiteboard.
Well, you should lacquer it or you'll lose it.
I also want Chris to see the fruits of my labour with the paint roller. I've encountered so many beautiful BR Blue engines. I've filmed them and photographed them all over the British Isles. But I've only had a hand in painting one. And Jordan has taken our masterpiece to the next level.
Guy, look at this.
Good day, gents.
Jordan done good.
Yeah, he did. He
What's
certainly
the
did.
yellow called?
Warning yellow,
Warning yellow.
indeed.
It's very close to signal yellow on a Porsche.
Oh, yes.
This is a great colour.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm having this colour on a car, and so are you. Really a thing of beauty.
I've got a present for you, Guy. As I understand, you're a numbers man.
Yes. 025. Preserved at Bowness and Kinneil Railway.
Indeed.
Yeah, love it. That's cool. Thank you, Francis.
As for 025, the delay goes on, and we're nearing the point where our entire restoration stalls for want of some wheels.
So, ideally at this point, we'd be fitting the new wheel sets to the
Yes.
refurbished bogies. South Devon Railway, their lathe is apparently still out of action. So, I mean, what should we do?
Don't worry, there's always loads of things to be doing here.
Do you think there's a space for it in the
I'm
bothy,
sure
Guy?
we'll find a space for it, don't worry.
I'm more worried about the space between my ears.
Good Lord.
Because I've just had a message
This is a nightmare for me, this is.
reminding me that I'm meant to be in Bristol in 15 minutes.
I really don't like tech at all.
I've got to improvise and fast.
Right, so I'm gonna press record now.
He's doing his car podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Car Podcast with Chris Harris and his friends. It's been an interesting day because I failed to turn up this morning for the recording.
He's an hour and then he'll be back. Very busy man.
Oh, thorny issue. Salt spreading.
Hi guys. Chris is doing his podcast. And in the meantime, I was just wondering if there's anything I could help out with.
Can get that axle box ready to fit into the bogie.
Okay. We haven't formally met before. It's Stuart, right?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
AKA God?
According to some people, yeah. Not everybody.
After 4 decades of volunteering here, Stuart's been dubbed a deity.
The guys here call me God, which I feel is maybe a bit excessive. During the week, my job involves looking after the fleet of locomotives that work the Caledonian sleeper trains between London and Scotland.
Yeah, the driver, he's not happy with it.
I've gained a lot of knowledge over the years, which I'm always happy to pass on.
So the first thing we need to check is the clearance inside the axle box.
It's the will of God today that I check on the axle box. This supports the end of the axle and helps the wheel rotate smoothly.
So what we've got in here is 2 sets of roller bearings, and they've got to have a certain clearance.
Okay.
2 bearings inside the axle box are separated by a spacer that must have a precise clearance to avoid friction.
You'll be able to move it backwards and forwards with a tiny amount.
There's a very slight
Yeah.
amount.
If wear and tear causes too much clearance, the axle box isn't safe.
So we'll get the measuring device.
Ooh.
We need a combined measurement of forward movement
3 thousandths.
Yep.
and backwards,
14.5 thousandths.
Yep.
so a total clearance of 17.5 thousandths of an inch.
So is that within the tolerance?
No, it isn't actually.
Is it not?
No. You've got to have at least 5, and the maximum should be 15.
So we've got 17.5.
Yeah. We have to take the axle box off,
Okay.
and then there's a spacer ring, so we need to change that spacer ring to a bigger one, and that'll take up some of that clearance.
Okay.
What you can do is you can spin the whole thing round.
Ah. I was going to spin myself around then.
I don't need to struggle, yeah.
Bit of a pain about the lathe at the South Devon Railway, isn't it?
Yeah, could have done without that.
Dinner is served. Right, now,
Right,
presumably...
is that them all off?
Yeah, that's them
Right,
all off.
before we go any further, we need to get the lifting platform under it.
It's an honour to work with God. Perfect.
Yeah, get a side each. There we go.
So this is the spacer we need to change.
Yeah, so if we take the spacer out.
Is there a range of different spacer sizes?
Yeah.
So it needs to be 2.5 thousandths of an inch more than this.
Yeah.
The spacers that we've taken out are too small, and now we're just looking to find spacers 3 thousandths of an inch wider.
And while God hunts for those little blighters, I can drool over some magnificent axle bearings.
A tapered roller bearing here, tapering inwards, and another tapered roller bearing here towards the middle, and this in the centre here is where the spacer is. These are spinning at the equivalent RPM that makes the locomotive go at 80 miles an hour, whilst bearing 1/12 of the weight of the locomotive.
Spreading its bulk across 12 wheels in 6 axles gives a Class 37 a relatively low axle load, meaning it can work anywhere, from main lines to slower heritage lines, and even lightly built Highland lines.
The roller bearings themselves are made of hardened steel, but the grease is actually what's really important, because the hot axle box can spell bad news, and it's the grease that keeps things within the operating temperatures.
The warning light that comes on the motorways, the dreaded end of year enjoyment, it's all gone. Can you take your car out again because it's going to rust?
Let's try that one.
Thank you. 107.
That's too small.
We are having no joy finding the right-sized spacer
1.056.
So that's no use.
and face yet another major setback.
We can't assemble it like that.
No.
Not giving up yet.
Okay, this is promising. 1.06.
So that might do us.
We have a winner, I hope.
Do you want to peer review?
I'll peer review if that's all right, yeah. Measure twice and all that. I think this set will do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So usually Chris would be my peer review,
Right.
but he's with his other peers now.
Right.
And he's been with them for longer than his allotted hour.
And we love you all. So this is the end of episode 63. We will see you for 64 next week. Bye-bye. We just finished. Did you hear me going goodbye?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, what are we doing now?
We are replacing a spacer on some roller bearings.
Oh, now we're talking.
And what we're talking about is massive.
I'm still just staggered at how big it all is compared to a motor car.
Yeah.
I'm glad Chris is here for the spacer replacement, not least to lend some muscle for pushing the axle box cover over the bearings.
Slide it up. Aye, so.
Give it a bit more. Give it a little nudge now. There you go. There.
Nice.
Right, these are just pinching the washers now.
Get them as tight as you can with the spanner, and then we'll give them a bit extra with the hammer. Then that's
Hammer?
them. Yeah. So the correct procedure is to torque them, which we'll do later once
So
we get the
instead of
torque
getting the old torque wrench to a certain number of meters, you just hit them with a hammer.
Yeah. But the trick is to hit them all the same with a hammer.
Ah, okay, so there was a skill to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll feel it start to...
That was a 10 Newton meter hit.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Oh.
That them all?
Yeah.
You happy?
Yeah. Should we now check if it's within tolerance?
Yeah.
So we're getting 7 thousandths.
Right.
And we're plus 11 thousandths.
That's 18 too. That's not any better.
The clearance has got worse, not better.
So if we've replaced the spacer, there must be something else.
Is this abnormal?
That shouldn't have happened. Yeah.
I'm really worried by your face, Stuart.
Yeah. I don't know what we do now. Just let me try to tighten these a bit more.
Ah.
Well, it could be down to my puny hitting. I'd say that's 7.5 on both sides.
We're on 15, that's fine. Yeah.
So you're happy with that?
I'm happy with that.
Well done.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Oh, God.
A godly hammer blow on the axle box nuts, and we're golden.
This calls for a pastry-based celebration. I come with pork pie and good news.
Ah.
Okay.
Hi, it's Gary, South Devon Engineering. We've got our blue lathe fixture now, so everything's up and running and everything should be on time now.
The wheels are back on Project 37. This calls for more than a pork pie, Francis.
I might have one, but will we celebrate with fish and chips?
As well, yeah.
Yes, please.
The good thing about fish suppers at Bourgeois
Your international side's got some fantastic individual players.
is you don't need to know about rugby in order to banter.
Stuart, they used English Electric 507 traction motors on the 455, not the 538s.
Might be bits they've got in common.
Yeah.
The lathe is working.
The lathe is working.
I want to meet the person that fixed that thing.
I think it might have been a Stuart-esque hammer.
I'm in the right place.
In the right place, yes.
Fish and chips, the wheels on track.
Look at this. 70s locomotives top trumps.
It doesn't get better than this.
European locos, that.
How can you tell they're European? There's only one picture.
Distinctively German.
The new day's a lot brighter after the good news from Devon about our wheels.
I think this is part and parcel of the restoration process.
What, things have got to go wrong so you feel good?
Yeah.
And we're toasting their imminent return with a pre-work brew and the best view on Earth.
Must be the most famous railway bridge in the world.
The Forth Rail Bridge, voted Scotland's greatest man-made wonder. This cantilevered marvel is a Victorian masterpiece.
Fabulous.
There's some resemblance in it that's like Weetabix.
Yeah, the shape is wholesome. Morning cereal. It looks a little bit fragile in some areas, like you could sort of snap a bit off and eat it.
Yeah.
The only other bridge that's painted that colour is the Golden Gate Bridge, and that beats it.
This was completed in 1889.
You think about what they went through to make that, and we've got wobbly over a wheel set.
Yeah. The Forth Bridge has to be continually painted.
Yes, that's become a metaphor to describe never-ending work.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something quite personal now.
All right.
So I'm quite a hirsute man.
Yeah.
And many years ago, I thought that I'd have my back waxed. And the woman said, that would be like painting the Forth Bridge. She said, you'll do one bit, and then the next week you'll need to do it, so don't bother. If that makes the edit, I wish I'd never told you that.
Have you tried laser treatment?
You know, you say they're always painting it. Are you seeing anyone painting it?
No. Maybe I should go and investigate.
I think you should. In the meantime, I think we all worked here, haven't we?
Yeah.
Come on,
Got
I'm
to get
freezing
back.
as well, come on.
I'm going to make it my mission to go up this bridge and find the answer. But Chris is right. We've got work to do ahead of the triumphant return of our wheels.
It's beautiful.
First job of the day is remove the driver's seat.
Let's get in this cab. Before we take it out, I'm going to sit in it. I like this. I like this bit.
The seat you're sitting on isn't original. The original 37 seats, from a comfortable perspective, isn't really a premium product. It looks like it. They're sort of short, leather-backed, with kind of nice armrests, but certainly not as comfy as these.
This is comfy.
May I?
Yes. This is the second best cabin I've been in. Ask me what the best is.
What's the best?
The abandoned Buran Russian orbiter, their shuttle
Oh, wow.
that's at Baikonur. They have a cockpit that you can go in and press the buttons.
Crikey.
The Class 37 runs it a close second, though. I really like it in here.
But that won't stop me taking bits off.
It does feel like one is slightly removing the identity of the entire vehicle, taking the seat out.
Yeah. 4 nuts on either side. You know how on some seats you can see the layers of...
Yes, mung.
What's mung?
Mung is a good word to describe the build-up of matter.
Ready?
Yeah. Well, that is, don't you? That's bum dust. That's like 30 years of human mung.
The plan is to reupholster and return this seat, but I may have a better idea.
These seats are used in the London Overground trains. I saw one of these on the TfL museum shop for about 950 quid.
Same seat.
Same seats.
Money like that could buy a brand new seat and have cash left over for the cause.
So, could be an option. And
what's raised for money?
yeah, and enhanced value with Class 37 driver detritus.
What, they want it like that?
Well, it's a bit of heritage.
You can understand if you want it recovered. But why do you want it like that? It's disgusting.
It's part of the grit of the locomotive, I'd say.
I think you can apply that to the vehicle itself, but not the stuff that's had human DNA in it. Look, what else are you into I should know about?
Right, shall we remove the base
I'm
here?
worried now. Take that and I'll take the seat.
Right.
Okay.
Have you got it?
Yep.
Okay.
If it was a car seat, I'd say it was British Leyland, sort of mid-70s. It could be an Allegro or a Morris Ital or an Ambassador.
Though a DNA test would probably reveal it's 80% Scotsman.
It's absolutely minging.
Even so, it's a dirty job down.
Oh, God. I'll just put these here so we can...
A quick clean-up, and we'll ask Guy what else he wants smashing out of the park.
Gentlemen,
Right.
can we have a word?
Chris?
Okay.
We have some news from South Devon.
Good news.
And it's not good news. One of the wheels is...
It's got some damage on it we weren't aware of.
What's the damage?
The wheel rim, there's what looks like a dent. It's very small, but the amount of damage you're allowed is really tight.
We need to investigate it further. If it's too big, the wheel is scrap.
This is going to cause quite a significant domino effect, timeline-wise.
There's time and cost implications.
Goodness. Right.
If it can't be fixed, then sourcing a new wheel will take time and money we don't have.